I'm Brad Heddick with Commercial Lending X, and today I want to discuss with you, when is a term sheet a piece of toilet paper? Yes, I am going to go there. I'm going to go down into the dirt and the grime, and we're going to talk about this. This is an important issue because I have clients come to me all the time with term sheets, and they think they have something that they don't really have. So let's spend a second and talk about the commercial lending process. If you're a borrower and you give a file to a lender, oftentimes that lender doesn't have to do hardly anything internally to vet that opportunity before they issue a term sheet. Most lenders have the ability to issue a term sheet really without any information. They may not even have enough information to make a credit decision, and they could have still issued you that term sheet. What is the value to that term sheet? There is no value to that term sheet. You, as a borrower, are literally walking around with some sort of confidence that, quite frankly, you should not have. I'm not saying that's the truth with every lender. There are plenty of good lenders out there that know exactly what they can get done. But one thing that's a challenge if you're a first-time borrower, you may not know the quality of the lender you're dealing with if it's somebody that you just met recently. When can you trust a term sheet? Well, you can trust a term sheet if you know that lender has vetted it internally. So you want to ask that lender, who else have they talked to? Have they run it through a credit team? Do they have a full package to make a decision? Has their manager signed off on it? I usually say if I get a term sheet back, even with what I do, within a few hours or even sometimes 24 hours of issuing a deal to somebody, I'm worried. I have a hard time trusting that term sheet. Although I have exceptions to that because I have some really great lenders I work with who I know can vet stuff that fast, and when they issue me a term sheet, it sticks. As a general rule, though, you have to be very skeptical if you get a term sheet back from a lender very quickly. Now, if you do get a term sheet and you trust that lender, the next stage and the thing that you need to get to rely on is a commitment letter. So what's the difference between a commitment letter and a term sheet? A term sheet is merely an interest from a bank saying that they want to do business with you, and here's the rough idea of terms that they want to do business with you on. A commitment letter means that that loan is actually gone through the approval process. That letter is stating that the bank is committing to give you that loan under the terms in that letter. That commitment letter is valuable. That is something you can hang your hat on. But still, there are always conditions in a commitment letter. Some of the common conditions that people lose track on is material changes in the market, usually appraisals, if there's real estate, environmental reports, if it's a business acquisition, changes in financial statements or financial performance. So there's always things up until the day of closing that could cause a commitment letter to go bad and no longer be valid. But if you're following all the terms within that commitment letter, more often than not, you're going to be able to get to closing and close on that deal. I can tell you recently, with the pandemic, we had about 20 million worth of loans approved going into March of 2020. And of course, we had banks back out of commitment letters. Couldn't really blame them. The entire market changed. The whole world shut down overnight. That was an unforeseen thing that happened, and it can happen. Don't think that there won't be unforeseen things again in the future. If you have a commitment letter, a majority of the time that commitment letter is going to stick, especially if you can meet the conditions in that commitment letter. What is always important is to form good banking relationships and know that you have lenders that can get things done. Unfortunately, there are plenty of lenders out there that will take every deal on that they can get because they have a pipeline to fill and they have managers that they report to. And they need to show that they're busy. Whether they can do your deal or not, the more deals that are on their pipeline, the better they look internally, the longer that they keep their job. Again, that's not everybody, but that does happen in the industry more often than you would think. So you want to find lenders who get things done and are productive. We have a plethora of lenders. We have over 500 funding partners we work with. We have fired more lenders than we work with. There are institutions we won't work with because we don't like their process. There are lenders we've had a bad experience with. If a lender promises us something and they don't come through and get it done, we're not going to do business with that lender anymore. If the lender changes things from a term sheet to a commitment, and I'm not talking a minor change because interest rates went up a little bit, but if they materially changed the deal, they changed the loan amount, they make a substantial change in the interest rates, they change the terms, that's a lender we can't trust that knows their system and can get stuff done going forward. so we won't work with them anymore. So the point is, you need to find good partners that can help you get stuff done. Again, we've got over 500 lending partners. We're here to assist you however we can, get you a term sheet that will turn into a commitment, that will turn into a closing, and help you be successful. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.